Alright, what we've got to do today, or this evening, is get the lawnmower going because the grass is starting to get high in the backyard, so I need to mow the yard. First time in 2009. This is a Craftsman. I got this for free. The guy who had it blew the motor in it, and I had a old Montgomery Ward's that was pretty much rusted out. Came from up north. Had a snowplow on it. The deck was trash. Didn't really know what to do with it with snowplow, so I pulled the motor out of it and I put in here. It's an 18 horse, 2-cylinder. Runs good, smokes a little on startup, but as you can see, it's a little dirty. It's been sitting since probably October. Normally I have a tarp that I cover the lawnmower with, but the dog chewed it up. So the battery was getting real weak last summer, so I'm thinking it's probably dead. So we will, I bought a new battery, replace it. Now this motor, pretty much all the bolts lined up when I put it in. I had to drill the bolt holes bigger. The block is threaded on this motor and the holes weren't big enough. So I just drilled the holes in the frame a little bigger. The pulley I used off the old motor, shaft size on the motor was the same. I used the wiring off this motor. This thing pretty much didn't hook up any of the safety switches, just what I needed to get the motor running. The exhaust just happened to work out just right. This motor is quite a bit taller than the old motor, so I had to make some custom hinges right there, which actually seem to work better than the original hinges, except for there's nothing to keep the hood up except just letting it rest like that, which puts a lot of strain on the plastic front. So I need to make a little probably take a cord and go from here over to there to kind of hold the hood up. But so I had to raise the front of the hood. The back I left alone, so it actually sits pretty level now. Now this motor is so close to the hood still that I was afraid that it would overheat. So I cut a hole in the hood and made a hood scoop. You can see, well, can't really see in there, but the motor's in there. So let's replace the battery and see if it'll start up. This thing works perfect except for the transmission leaks. It's hydrostatic, and the seal for this wheel leaks. My plans were, over the winter, was to pull the transmission out and replace that seal, but I got busy and didn't get around to it. So it still leaks, so probably not going to check it. Just hope that too much didn't leak out. It starts getting real slow, especially in reverse when it gets low, so I should be able to tell when I start backing up. If it just barely goes, then I need to add some fluid. You got to take off these. There's 2 bolts here. There's 2 bolts here. It gets to there's a vent for the transmission behind here, and it's a tube about that long, sticks up out of the top of the transmission. You can pull the breather off of it and then put a funnel on the end of the hose and fill it from there. And you can put a little bit in it, and then you kind of got to move the lawnmower back and forth to work the air out of it, because you can't have any air in the hydrostatic transmission. And then, if I remember right, it takes, I think you fill it up to about 1 inch from the full mark. So you take like a stick or a rod or something to stick down in the hole and see how far it is from the top of the transmission. And I think it's supposed to be about 1 inch on this model. So let's see what it'll do. I'm going to stop recording, going to hook up the battery, and we'll see if it starts up. I'm not going to mow today, but it's getting too late, but I'll probably mow tomorrow. Before I mow, I want to change the oil in this too, but I'm not going to do that today. So, see you in a little bit.